is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Minnesota.
Earlier today was a 3-2 game into the 8th inning when Yan Gomes and Jason Kipnis both hit home runs in a 4-run 8th, then 2 more in the 9th for Cleveland as the Indians took the opener 9-3 and have now won 10 consecutive games here at Target Field against the Twins. Twins are going to try to halt that streak, though, today in the second half of this doubleheader from Cleveland Field as these two central foes go at it. Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by State Farm. Good evening and hello for the second time today. I'm Marnie Gellner. Tonight we will see the Major League debut of Aaron Slegers, and he will be the 10th Minnesota Twin we will see make a debut and the 9th pitcher. Slegers flew in this morning from Rochester and was in the clubhouse most of the morning during Game 1, getting ready for this debut. He's 24 years old from Long Beach, 6 foot 10 inches tall. Chris Jimenez will be behind the plate. Jimenez caught Slegers 3 times at spring training and gave us a little idea of what to expect tonight.
The first day I met him in spring training, I immediately walked up to him and kind of looked up and told him he was playing the wrong sport. And then I caught his bullpen that day, and then I went up to him and kind of looked up again and said, "You're not playing the wrong sport because you made the right decision." He's got really good stuff. Obviously, you know, we've kind of been keeping track of what he's been doing down in AAA, and he's had a very, very successful year. I just kind of got a little update from one of the guys down there on what he's been doing, what he's been most comfortable with the last couple of weeks, and we're just going to go with kind of attack with that. You know, when you get a guy, it's going to be his Major League debut, which is awesome, but he also has some nerves that are involved in that, and, you know, especially against a team like these guys, you just try to keep them as comforted as possible.
Chris Jimenez and the Twins hope Aaron Slegers is the guy who can help lead them against the Indians and stop this 10-game winning streak that Cleveland has at Target Field. Dick and Bergs on avoiding the sweep coming up next.
Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by Toyota. The national clearance event is going on now. Toyota, let's go places. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. By Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. And by Dodge. Join the Brotherhood of Music at the Dodge Summer Clearance event going on now.
It's the final game the Cleveland Indians will play at Target Field this year, and the Twins are still looking for the first win against Cleveland here at home. And we welcome you to Target Field. Dick Bramer, Burt Blyleven for the final game of 9. Cleveland Indians have had a lot of fun here at Target Field against the Minnesota Twins. You say, well, how can you lose 8 games at home to one team? But the answer is actually pretty simple. The Twins haven't played very well.
No, they have really not. I mean, pitching and then offensively. In game 1, a new Twins record when they struck out 19 times in 9 innings. And you know what? A lot of them swinging, but the Twins right now, hey, they're swinging the bat, but they're missing the pitches a lot. So, hey, I like strikeouts, but normally it should be the Indians that are striking out, not our Minnesota Twins. So hopefully here, you know, it'll get a little bit better here in game 2 in this split doubleheader. And for the Cleveland Indians, you know, they're not swinging and missing much, Dick.
No, and when they're hitting it, it's going a long ways.
Yeah, it really is. 19 home runs so far hit here at Target Field, and they're scoring a lot of runs, especially late in the ball game. And it'll be interesting to see how game 2 goes here as soon as we start.
Well, the Twins will take on the Indians for one final time, hoping to get back above the 500 mark. They'll need to do everything a lot better than they have. They'll have to pitch better, have better at-bats, run the bases better. You get the idea. It's been a frustrating season series here at home against the Indians. A few years ago, Aaron Slaggers was here on the Target Field mound pitching for Indiana University against the Golden Gophers, and now he's in the big leagues, making his major league debut tonight, getting called up literally this morning to pitch in tonight's game. He's a big man, 6'10", and he kind of throws straight over the top.
And he's had a really good year at AAA, and we'll see whether some of that success can be transferred to the big league level. Terry Francona has his team playing really good baseball, particularly here at Target Field against the Twins. The Menards batting order for the Indians: Jason Kipnis, Francisco Lindor, Jay Bruce, Edwin Encarnacion, Carlos Santana, Austin Jackson, Abraham Almonte, Roberto Perez, and Giovanni Urshela.
And Sluggers, I'm sure, very nervous. They're going to face his first major league hitter, but in Rochester, outstanding. 13-4 and 21 starts. Very good earned run average at 3.18. See the walks to innings pitched. Very good. And picking up some strikeouts.
The 13 wins, leading the International League. And it'll be Kipnis, Lindor, and Bruce here in the first inning.
Yeah, scouting report on Sluggers. Fastball. Got some movement on it. Slider and a changeup. And there's strike one.
And you'll see low 90s velocity and a good breaking ball, and he does kind of throw more over the top than most, trying to use his 6'10" frame to his advantage. One strike to Kipnis. On the ground, picked up by Adrianza. One down. And you'd hope that with every out, Sluggers' demeanor would calm down a little bit. Northland Ford defense for the Twins: Rosario, Buxton, and Grossman in the outfield. Escobar, Adrianza left side of the infield. Dozier, Maurer on the right side. Sano's designated hitting tonight. And Chris Jimenez was with the Indians a year ago, and he'll catch against them tonight.
Yeah, I can't imagine him calming down. You know, it's your major league debut. First major league start, you're going to be nervous. You're going to go out there and hopefully just make some good quality pitches. Already has one out of Kipnis.
From the middle of June till the end of July, he won 8 straight starts. His last loss in the minor leagues, June 8th. 1-0 to Lindor. High fastball again at 91.
Yeah, a lot of scouts saying because of the size and his delivery straight over the top, Doug Fister's name comes up.
1-1 off the end of the bat. The guy I thought of was a guy who's lasted a long time with not nearly as much velocity, and that's Chris Young.
Chris Young, right.
Because he would do that, and he would get people out with belt high fastballs at 87 miles per hour. 1-2. Dribbled foul.
You know, I had the opportunity to work with Luke Van Meel at 7-1 in a WBC, and the big thing for tall guys like that, and saw that last delivery a little bit quick. They have to make it really sure they stayed over the pitching rubber, and the tallest Twins pitcher, John Roush. So saw Meyer at 6'9".
Fastball's up. 2-2. And being able to repeat your mechanics pitch after pitch, inning after inning would be a challenge, but you would think, given his record at AAA, he was able to do that. Fouled away.
Well, they always talk about that downward plane. You know, you create that angle, and if you're 6'10", if you can create that angle from up there, it's probably about 8 foot tall. Once you're where your hand is, to create that downward plane toward Jimenez's glove.
2-2 to Lindor. You know, when I think too about someone tall like this, so much of the height is in the legs, and with the longer legs you get the longer stride. The release point is closer to home plate, so you can actually, you know, what's 93 for him might be the same as 95 for somebody else. That's to left center, and Rosario over a few steps. So far so good. 2 up, 2 down. Roush at 6'11", and then a bunch of guys at 6'10", including Chris Young and Randy Johnson. So we'll see where this all leads, but this is the latest audition, if you will, for the Twins front office to get pitchers here who they think will be part of the solution down the road. The ball lined to left. This hit it right at Rosario.
Very nice.
And for Aaron Sluggers, the first inning couldn't have gone any better. 3 up, 3 down on just 10 pitches. Fist bumps. And why not? 10 pitches in a 1-2-3 first inning.
Yeah, not bad getting a fist bump from your Hall of Fame manager, Paul Molitor.
And so a chance to take that deep breath and get composed for the second inning, and hopefully quite a few more after that. Menard's batting order for the Twins in the final game this year with the Indians. Brian Dozier leading off, then Joe Mauer, Miguel Sano, Eduardo Escobar hitting cleanup, Eddie Rosario, Robbie Grossman, Byron Buxton, Chris Jimenez, and A-Ray Adrianza.
And in game 2, it'll be 25-year-old Ryan Merritt starting for the Cleveland Indians, making his second start of the year. His other start came against the Twins in Cleveland. Game 1 of the split doubleheader.
Dozier takes a strike on the outside corner. Not much went right this afternoon. Dozier did have a really good plate appearance. It ended up in a 10-pitch walk, I believe it was, to lead off the ball game. Twins filled the bases but didn't score in the first, and now a swing and a miss. 0-2. Dozier, Mauer, and Sano in the first. Twins have been giving up so many early runs. We'll see if they can get the first run here tonight. Dozier takes up and in. Merritt pitched a little bit for the Indians last year. 4 games, made 1 start during the regular season, and then was called up to pitch what turned out to be the deciding game in the ALCS against Toronto. Popped up near home plate, and Perez with the catch, 1 down.
Yeah, Merritt pitched here back on June 17th. In game 1, he ended up getting a no decision with 4 innings, and the Indians ended up beating the Twins 9-3.
Northland Ford defense for the Indians. Austin Jackson in left, Abraham Almonte in center, Jay Bruce in right, Urshela in at third for Jose Ramirez. Thankfully nothing broken there. We'll tell you more about that later. Lindor, Kipnis, Santana, and Perez behind the plate. Here is Mauer. Inside, ball 1. Mauer with a couple of hits in the matinee this afternoon.
What the Twins will see from Merritt is a fastball, not overpowering. That last fastball, 87, 88, little cut fastball he'll throw in on righties, curveball, and a very good changeup.
Tapper to second. Kipnis has an easy play, 2 down. That'll bring up Sano with the bases empty. Sano hitless, drew a walk, struck out 3 times. Twins need to get this bat going. There have been some shortcomings on the pitching side here recently, to be sure, but this lineup looks a whole lot better when Sano's getting, multiple total bases in a game. This to right center field, and Almonte with the catch.
A quick inning for Merritt.
Merritt gets through the inning with just 6 pitches thrown.
Target Field. Time now for our car soup scoop from the clubhouse. One of the benefits of having a doubleheader is after you have a game like we had in Game 1, Paul Molitor said that he hopes some of the leaders step up and that the Twins are able to rally in this one really quickly after the first game, play a cleaner game, and find a way to win this. Molitor also talked about the pace of play and how draining it can be for everyone. That is sometimes how the game goes. He said, we just had to endure that one. We hope to pick it up for Game 2. And one of the bright spots in that Game 1 was Dylan G. And Molitor said he continues to be a bright spot. G went 2 2/3 innings in that first game, only allowed a hit. And Molitor said G's been very aggressive, been attacking the hitters, and that he was a nice bridge for the Twins in that game. And Dick and Bert, that's really important. The bullpen on a day like today is going to be critical.
Absolutely. You'd like to think Slagers could go 6, but anything short of that, and it's going to require the bullpen to be more active. Pop up to the only infielder on the right side, and it's Mauer who makes the catch. 1 down.
Well, what a difference in Game 1 to this game. Only 18 pitches used by both pitchers, and in Game 1 there was 70 pitches between Gibson and Carrasco in that first inning. So Carrasco getting the win, his 12th of the year, and Kyle Gibson losing his 10th of the year.
And on Carlos Santana.
That creates some of the tempo too. You know, I mean, it started off very slow, ended up being almost a 4-hour ball game. And I think that first inning was about an hour of that 4-hour ball game.
It went 45 minutes the first inning, something like that. It was just did not set a good pace for the full day of baseball. That's for sure. 1-0 to Santana. He'll be followed by Austin Jackson.
And Slagers has to rely on his catcher.
That's to
so
right
far
center
so good.
field. Grossman in front of Buxton. They collide. Somebody caught it, and it was Buxton. And Grossman can afford to smile about it. That was dangerous. 2 down.
Lucky he's okay right there. You know, center fielder is the captain in the outfield. Ball hit in the gap. Buxton right there. Somebody's got to be yelling. Maybe they're yelling at the same time. But you got to be loud. Buxton, you can see, not saying much. Don't know if Grossman did or not, but boy, you hate to see that happen. And luckily, Buxton able to keep it in the glove.
That was a close call. 2 down,
Yes.
and now Austin Jackson. Didn't see Buxton yell, "I've got it, I've got it."
Yep. He may have yelled early, you know, but you say there's not a lot of people out there. You should be able to hear each other.
Yeah, this is the game that was supposed to be played last night, of course. 1-0 to Austin Jackson. And of those who had a ticket for last night's game, just a fraction of those showing up here tonight.
Well, it was Austin Jackson that kind of put the game away here on Tuesday night with that 3-run home run in the 7th inning. That gave the Indians a 6-1 lead at the time.
Jam shot, roller to Adrianza. He's doing better. He got through the 2nd inning, 1, 2, 3 on just 9 pitches. 19 pitches thrown by Slagers in 2 scoreless innings. major league game. 6 up, 6 down. And this Twins lineup has struggled making contact all year long, and the Indians have a pitching staff that racks up strikeouts, so maybe we shouldn't be too surprised that there have been a bunch of them in this season series.
Well, you can see second in the American League behind the Houston Astros, Boston right there, Yankees, a lot of Eastern teams, a couple of them there.
Ryan Merritt had a quick first inning too. The Twins went down 1-2-3. Eduardo Escobar taking ball 1, and now ball scalded, foul, 1-1. Merritt had quite a thrill pitching in the deciding game of the ALCS against Toronto. Only went 4 1/3 innings, but gave up just 2 hits to the Blue Jays. Indians won that ball game, went to the World Series, almost won that. And an offseason that included, among many other things, a wedding in Minnesota to a Minnesota native. So he's probably got a few tickets left in reserve for tonight's game as well.
Well, Merritt down in the minor leagues pitched well for the Indians in 19 starts, 20 games, 11 wins, 5 losses, an ERA just over 3.07.
2-2 to Escobar. Called third strike on the outside corner. First strikeout tonight, and it was a called third strike. Join Michael Kadire, Andy McPhail, and other Twins Hall of Famers at the Hall of Fame breakfast Saturday, August 19th. You'll be there, won't you?
Yes, I will.
The event will include a retrospective program featuring Michael Kadire and Andy McPhail, as well as a Q&A session and autographs with the 2017 Twins Hall of Fame inductees. To learn more and register today, visit twinsbaseball.com/breakfast. Here's Eddie Rosario. A couple of hits, and his batting average up to .299. Swing and a miss. 1 strike. Half swing on a high fastball, 2 strikes.
I told you the numbers of Merritt. You know, here's a young man that is in an organization where they have some very good starters in the big league. So he's kind of has to take his opportunity when it comes, and hopefully has good success. Very good starting staff. Merritt signed by the Indians in 2011, their 16th round pick.
1-2 to Rosario. Bounced foul. Rosario with a single and a double this afternoon. Actually 2 singles. Second hit should have been a double. Another 1-2. 2-2. And another base hit for Rosario. Finds a way to put the barrel of the bat on it more regularly than anybody else in the lineup right now.
Well, look where he keeps that bat back. You can see the body committing, but the bat stays back. He reaches out and just hits that ball right back up the middle. And the first hit of the ball game goes to Eddie Rosario, and that hit probably right there got him at 300.
Here's Grossman.
And a 7-game hitting streak for Rosario.
Inside, ball 1. Up the middle, and that'll go through for a hit. Rosario will round second and hold up there. First and second, 1 down, and if there were
There were so many shortcomings in the ball game this afternoon, but one of the big ones for the Twins, situational hitting, and now they've got a situation in the second, first and second, one down.
You know, you watch Eddie Rosario on this play right here. He's hustling around second base. Watch this play right here. Well, Almonte out in center field. He may have to pick up his, maybe look at Rosario very quickly. The ball might scoot underneath him. That's why you bust your butt to get to second base and make it look like you're going to go to third.
Here's Buxton, first and second, one down.
And Buxton been swinging a good bat.
Hit a home run his first time up this afternoon. Into left field, a rocket. Rosario will be held. So Buxton again teeing off on the first pitch and smoking one, and the Twins have 3 singles to load him up for Jimenez.
Yeah, good again for Byron Buxton. You know what? He's being more aggressive at the plate, looking for that first pitch so he can put it in play. Breaking ball stayed up, and Byron put a good swing on it. Purcell at third base, off his glove, slowed that ball down a little bit, but Gene Glenn holding up Rosario. So bases loaded, 1 out.
And Jimenez, who didn't play this afternoon, will have a chance to deliver a big early hit. And time called. Home plate umpire Chad Fairchild putting a new ball in play.
Jimenez's career went from Cleveland to Seattle to the Rays to Texas, back to Cleveland, back to Texas, back to Cleveland, now in Minnesota. So 3 stints with the Indians in his career.
Ball 1. Merritt, a bit of a dicey situation here. Twins, as I said, in a time or two this afternoon, got the minimum out of the maximum in terms of scoring opportunities. He had a runner thrown out at second base by the catcher when they were threatening, striking out at inopportune times. Jimenez takes a strike. Runners at first and second, and a ball hit off the scoreboard in right center field, but a runner was thrown out at the plate without scoring a run. Hoping for a much better game here tonight. 1-1 to Jimenez. Changeup missing up high, 72 miles per hour.
I say he's not going to blow anybody away, so he's got to hit his spots and change speeds.
Another off-speed pitch at 73.
Well, coming in, they say his changeup is his best pitch. Control of the fastball, pretty good. Doesn't walk a lot of guys. In the minor leagues, just 1.5 walks per 9 innings and about 6 strikeouts per 9, and over 800 minor league innings.
2-2 to Jimenez, who's taken 4 pitches. Driven to right. And it'll carry, caught by Bruce, and he comes up with a strong throw toward the plate. Rosario can't tag. Jimenez had a line drive toward right. Bruce charged it, and all the momentum in the world behind his throw. 2 down.
Yeah, good job by Jay Bruce right there. The ball hit very sharply. Jimenez hit it right on the butt. But Bruce coming in, making the quick release toward home plate. Watch right here. He has to come in to get it. And all in one motion, getting it back in quickly.
Loaded up, 2 down for Adrianza. Rosario dancing off third, trying to draw another balk. Twins won a ball game on They're a good little stretch a week or so ago against Milwaukee, with Adrianza drawing an 8th inning balk leading to the deciding run. A little bit different story here because Urshela, the third baseman, is about 20 feet off the bag. 1 strike to Adrianza. On the ground, 1 hop to the third baseman. And the Twins fill him up and leave him full again. You're watching Twins baseball, presented by State Farm.
The start of Aaron Slegger's 3rd inning of big league work, and his parents are here today. Christy and Robert flew in from Scottsdale, Arizona this morning to watch their son pitch for the first time in the big leagues. Robert, what has this day been like for you in these first couple of innings to watch Aaron out there?
Well, it's just a dream come true. Ever since he was 8 years old, he talked about playing professional baseball, and you never think it's going to happen, but now it has, so it's just a dream come true.
You're charting the pitchers. You're not just scoring the game, Christy. You are charting the pitches.
All I keep track is his balls and strikes, and if he gets them out, it's more just I get nervous, and it's a way for me to stay calm.
Okay. You've been doing that for a while.
Since he's been in college at Indiana University, yeah.
What do you think about watching your son out there and what he's been able to do so far tonight?
We're just very proud of him and what he's been able to accomplish thus far, and and we're just happy he's here. It's really a very, it's just cool moment.
This is a nice tie for you too, right? You're from Minnesota.
I am. I'm born and raised. Well, I was born in Sandstone, Minnesota, raised east of Hinckley, and went to Hamline University here in St. Paul. And so yeah, I'm born and raised in Minnesota.
And now your son's a twin.
Now my son's a twin.
Christy and Robert, thank you so much. Enjoy this game. I hope it is nothing but wonderful memories for you.
We hope so. Thank you.
Dick and Bert.
Yeah, great job, Monty. I don't know where he gets his height from. My goodness. I think Robert, he's got to be pulling in at 6'10", maybe taller.
Up by Hinckley, where she's from. Called 3rd strike. On a 2-2 pitch, he's just gotten his first major league strikeout.
Monty doesn't like it, as Escobar did not like it last inning. So Slager's going inside and getting the call.
Well, 1 down on the 3rd, and that'll bring up Roberto Perez.
So 7 up, 7 down for the right-hander.
24 pitches, 17 strikes. Hesitate to bring it up because he hasn't had anybody on base and things have been going his way and all that, but he's got a nice tempo out there. It doesn't seem like he takes too much time between pitches.
You know what? In the minor leagues, they have that pitch clock, and I'm just wondering if that's something that up at this level that they should look at, because even Merritt, Merritt on Cleveland's side works very quickly, and You know, minor leagues, I know down in Fort Myers, they have 15 seconds to deliver that ball toward home plate once that hitter's ready to swing the bat.
Well, now 3-0 to Perez.
And that picks up the tempo of the game, whether it's 15 seconds or 20 seconds or whatever in the big leagues. Be something that maybe I know baseball's looking at maybe to implement here at the big league level.
Games this year have been played an average length of 3 hours 5 minutes. That's 5 minutes more than last year. It's going in the wrong direction. 3-1 Sluggers to Perez. And he missed inside his first major league walk after his first major league strikeout. Giovanni Urshela at third base because Jose Ramirez got hit in the wrist, the left wrist, by a pitch. They took x-rays, and apparently the ball hitting his wrist compressed a nerve. And that's all, thankfully. No breaks or anything like that, and Ramirez might even be available later tonight.
Yeah, he's so valuable to this offense and defense for the Indians. Ramirez, good player.
Urshela rolls
there
it
we
to
go.
second.
First double play.
Dozier to Adrianza.
How about that?
29 pitches thrown through 3 scoreless innings, and a great start for Aaron Sluggers. Fox Sports North is presented by Northland Ford. Visit buyfordnow.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today. By Grand Casino, the best stories start here. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. No score. Twins put 3 singles together but couldn't score in the second. Now Brian Dozier will lead off the third. Dozier, Mauer, and Sano facing Ryan Merritt. Dozier bounces it foul, 1 strike. Indians now with a 7-game lead over the Twins. And they've fattened up against the Twins in terms of their placement in the standing because they've done so well here. Dozier takes up, and it's 1-1. In Cleveland, the Twins have won 5 out of 6 and will finish the road schedule in Cleveland in late September. Down and away, and it's 2-1. Twins now 25-25 within the division. Having a terrible time with the Indians. Popped up. It'll reach the seats. 2-2. Drilled to right center field. And Almonte cuts it off. Dozier with a sharp single to start the third inning.
Yeah, fourth hit for the Twins. That ball left up right there. And good at bat for Dozier.
Check out the showstopper. Justin Smoke with a big hit for the Blue Jays against the Rays. Came in the bottom of the 8th inning. Put the Blue Jays up 5-3, and they won it. And the Blue Jays are not to be forgotten in the wild card race. If you're in the American League, you're in the wild card race. And the Blue Jays trying to get back to the 500 mark. They're still 4 games below. Here is Mauer. Hit a ground ball to second his first time up. And strike one. The Twins' easiest path to the playoffs would be in the wild card race, but now they've seen Kansas City and Los Angeles jump ahead of them. It was just a few days ago the Twins were in the second wild card slot.
That's why you say, you can play with that 2 wild cards now, determining who goes to postseason. Play 500 going into September and then let the chips fall where they may. Hopefully you get hot. That's what the Twins are trying to do. Playing 500 right now. Hopefully a win here will get them 1 back game over. And they've hovered around 500 all season long.
I said at the start of the month that the Twins had a winning August, they would find themselves playing meaningful September games. The loss this afternoon, as unsightly as it was, and the Twins are still 9-6 in August. They can find a way to win a ball game here tonight. There's so many teams in the middle fighting for that wild card spot. When they play each other, it's necessarily a loss for one team or the other. So just a little winning streak like the Twins 6-gamer and the whole perspective can change. Hit hard, and Almonte will play it on a hop. Looked like he might have been able to get there, but now the Twins have 5 singles and a line out in their last 7 at bats. Good start to the inning, but I said that about 3 times this afternoon. The long-awaited super fight between Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor's here. It all begins Friday, August 25th with the weigh-ins live on FS1. Then Saturday, August 26th, the action's on Fox as they host a special pre-fight show at 5 p.m. Followed by a huge prelim card at 6 o'clock. And after the super fight, don't miss the post-fight commentary and interviews on FS1.
Let's see if Sano can get a hittable pitch right here. Drive it somewhere into those left field bleachers.
That's hook foul down the line.
I said left field bleachers.
Twins filled the bases in front of Sano in the first inning this afternoon, and then he struck out and nothing came of it. One strike to the designated hitter tonight. And time called.
I think Merritt's one of those pitchers as a hitter you have to really stay back and try to drive the ball back up the middle, exactly what Dozier and Mauer did. Saw Grossman get that base hit up the middle. Rosario.
Fouled back 0-2.
He was a little ahead of himself right there on that changeup.
Edwin Encarnacion, one of the best sluggers in the game, and Sano on that path.
Both of them from the Dominican Republic.
0-2, Merritt to Sano. catches up. Merritt had to pitch his way out of a jam in the second when the Twins strung 3 singles together. But he got Jimenez on a line out. Adrian's on a ground ball.
That's exactly where Perez wanted it. He wanted that fastball up, and sometimes when you don't overpower guys, you set up that fastball to get that breaking ball over. Another fastball up. Little cutter at 85.
Well, yeah, you got to have some courage to throw 85 up out of the strike zone, don't you? Couple of good takes for Sano to even the count.
Let's see if he goes to the changeup right here.
And now 3-2 with Escobar on deck.
Well, he went to the changeup, was just down. He may come back with it again.
Full count to Miguel Sano. Checked his swing and he drew a walk. And they're loaded up now for Escobar. Second time already tonight that the Twins have loaded the bases.
Yeah, he didn't miss by much on this pitch right here. A little cut fastball inside. And Sano held up. Just call ball 4. First walk for Merritt. Another great opportunity here.
Fouled back by Escobar. Escobar called out on strikes. The only strikeout registered by Merritt.
Yeah, Escobar, of course, a switch hitter. As a right-handed hitter, came into this game hitting .275. 6 of his 10 home runs as a right-handed hitter.
Flare right field. Kipnis out. He's not going to get it. And the softest hit of the day drives in the first run of tonight's game. A little doink into right field. Dozier scores, and it's 1-0.
That 39th run batted in by Escobar. A changeup, and he fought it off. Kipnis was the only one that might been able to catch it. He goes back, but it's just out of his reach. And Bruce gets it back in. But Dozier scores, and it's a 1-0 Twins lead.
And now the .301 hitting Eddie Rosario. Hit a sharp single up the middle with 1 out in the second. Some activity in the Cleveland bullpen. Chopper to first. Out there, the throw home. Double play. So that's kind of the way the day has gone. Santana stepped on the bag, threw home. Mauer retired, 2 away.
Yeah, second time in today's game, or today, that Joe has been thrown out at home. He was thrown out in game 1 at home. And not much, I mean, right there, good play by Santana, getting the out, and then to throw to Perez, and he has to tag Joe Mauer. So don't know if they want to look at that
Twins
or not.
Are looking at it right now to see whether that right foot might have made contact with the bag, and Paul Molitor says no, take a look at it. They're taking a bit of a risk here, and I don't know that they're going to overturn that, because I don't know that Joe's foot came in contact with the base when it crossed over the area above the plate.
Yeah, on the third base side, just of course the closest part to Joe's foot. Did it touch it?
We'll see here. A 3rd inning challenge. We were going to sync up Watch Mauer's foot, not where it crossed the vertical frame of the plate, but did it actually touch the plate? And it looked like it might have.
Might have. And part of the plate may have made that foot come up.
This is going to be interesting because on that replay, synced up like that, it looks to me like Joe just got his toe on the base on home plate before the tag was put on. So it's 1-0, and it might be 2-0, and the Twins might still be hitting.
Let's take another look right here. Going to slow it down a little bit. Right there.
It looked like Perez didn't tag Mauer until the foot had touched the base, but we'll see. I don't know if there are smarter people in New York watching it than us, but there are more important people in New York than us watching it.
Well, this is right there. Does he touch the corner right there before the tag is applied? And they have a decision here.
Out.
So the play stands.
So the Twins lose their challenge until the 8th inning, taking a chance to make it a 2-0 ball game. And again, that's just kind of the way the day has gone, and Kepler could do something about that. Perhaps he's going to hit for Grossman, and we assume Grossman somehow got dinged when he ran into Buxton in the outfield. So the left-hand hitting Kepler hitting for Grossman, who singled in the second.
Yeah, Kepler 1 for 3 in game 1. Got a base hit in his first at bat in the first inning.
Little pop up. And Perez has no play. We'll get word on Grossman, of course, as soon as we can, but he did take a tumble after he collided with Buxton. And that was in the second inning.
This off a fly ball from Carlos Santana.
To my knowledge, that was in the second inning. To my knowledge, Grossman was out there for the third inning in the field, but he's unable or has been deemed unable to take an at bat here in the third. One strike. Fly ball left field. And again, the Twins start the inning with a great start to the inning. 3 singles and a walk, but they get just 1 run out. Major League debut, and our
Toyota getting us caught up. So far for Aaron Slager, so far so very good.
Yeah, he's attacking the strike zone very nicely. Not a lot of pitches, only 30 pitches to get 9 outs. And last inning he had a lot of first. He had a first strikeout, first walk, and then the first double play turn behind him, all in the 3rd inning.
Jason Kipnis hit a ground ball to short. Was retired in Slager's first major league at bat. Kepler in the game in right field for Grossman. Kipnis, Lindor, and Bruce, as they all will hit against Slagers for the 2nd time. Inside, ball 1. In the month of July, Slagers was 5-0 with a 0.99 ERA. And one of the reasons why he was the International League Pitcher of the Month.
Almost 600 minor league innings pitched for Slager.
Fouled away, and it's 1-2.
41 minor league wins, 29 losses, an ERA at 3.46. Again, making his major league debut.
One of the numbers to like, 130 in the 3rd innings, only 27 walks. He's already pitched around his first big league walk, and he's picked up his 2nd big league strikeout. 1 down. And now Lindor.
You see Jimenez wants that ball up a little bit, and it's exactly where it was, and Kipnis swings through it.
Fox Tracks presented by Dodge, and again the comparison to Chris Young, who for years has been able to get by with less velocity with pitches like that to hitters, a belt high fastball, but you know, in the case of Young, 85 to 87, and Slegers has got a little more zip than that. Swing and a foul, 1 strike. Lindor hit a fly to left his first time up. Jimenez taking the wrong end of this foul ball, rattling around his ankles.
One thing both catchers do, Castro and Jimenez, take a lot of pride in trying to handle a pitching staff, and they've gone through a lot of different pitchers this year. You know, Jimenez in our pregame said that, you know, he talked to some guys down in AAA about what has been working for Slagers, and they're going to try to stay with that plan.
2-1.
You're not going to see Slager really shake Jimenez off. Good off-speed pitch there.
2-2. Bounced foul. Hit a long way.
Slager's not on the 40-man roster, but he was invited to spring training, was sent down at a minor league camp in the middle of March.
Two and two. Slagers to Lindor. That's deep to the left field corner and out of play. Here's what we were talking before. You can see where he lands and where it is in relation to Merritt. I mean, he's out there good several inches ahead of where Merritt has his landing foot.
Those a little bit across his body, but able to get that big frame through.
You can see it a little bit better, I think, from behind home plate where we are, but he's good 3-4 inches where his foot lands because he's 6'10" and he's got the longer stride. That's to left, hit almost right at Rosario.
Good pitch, good location, down and away.
2 down.
Second time that Lindor has flown out to Rosario.
Jay Bruce will hit, but first let's hear from Marnie Gellner.
Well, kind of following up what you guys were talking about, Chris Jimenez told me today that he had caught Slaggers 3 times in spring training, and the first time he met him, he said he looked way up at him and said, man, you're in the wrong sport. Then caught a bullpen session of his that same day and went back to him and said, I take that back, you're in the right sport. And Jimenez described it like this. He said it feels like Slaggers is dropping the ball right in front of the plate because he gets so much extension, and that it creates a totally different type of deception for the hitter.
Yeah, you know what you want, and you want to see it, and you see the number 50 right there in his back. You want to see it disappear when he does it from behind center field. See if that 50 bends over, or just like that.
Yeah.
It means that he's reaching out a little bit longer than sometimes the guys that stand straight up. So bending the back, utilizing the lower part of his torso to really drive off of that pitching rubber.
Fouled away. That one shot we had a few shots ago from behind home plate, maybe a better angle of where his plant foot is and how far ahead of the one on the right, which is Merritt's.
It's like right in there.
Right,
know?
and Merritt's is 6-8 inches behind that.
Yeah, Merritt's 6 foot tall.
So sometimes you'll hear about a pitcher who wants to, he's lost a foot off his fastball. Well, Slinkers has gained a foot just because of his stature. 2-2 to Jay Bruce. Full count. Slinkers trying to wrap up his 4th inning with less than 50 pitches thrown. And Jay Bruce has just tied the game. First hit and the first Indian run.
Yeah, first home run for Jay Bruce as a Cleveland Indian. He got a fastball and did not miss it. So another home run hit by the Indians here at Target Field. That is now 20 home runs hit here at Target Field, and this is their 10th game. So a high fastball. And Bruce usually averages 20-25 home runs a year. Did not miss that one.
So tied at 1. And now Edwin Encarnacion. Inside, missing ball 1. Bruce is going to be an awfully nice pickup for the Indians, especially with little they gave up to get him. Two and 0. And now 50 pitches have been thrown by Slaggers.
Yeah, get back in the strike zone. Most pitches he's thrown this inning, 20 so far.
Well, not missing by much, but now it's 3-0 with Santana on deck.
And Encarnacion has the green light if it's to his liking.
A 4-pitch walk puts him on first. And now Santana will bat.
So only 11 pitches needed in the first, 8 in the second, 11 in the third, and 22 so far here in the 4th. So Jimenez out there, talk to him, pump him up. Little slap on the back. And let's get this final out.
Santana with a fly ball to center his first time up. Twins had a brief lead. Now the Indians have tied it up. Twins have out hit the Indians 6-1. But all the Twins hits have been singles, and Bruce has just hit a home run to tie it. There's strike 1. Up and away, 1-1. Imagine Sliggers walking around the campus, Bloomington, Indiana at 6'10". Everybody thinks he's on the basketball team. No, I'm on the baseball team.
Well, his dad found out that Robert is 7 foot tall, so.
Dribbled up the line, and it'll roll foul. 1-2. Nervously watching, and who can blame them?
Robert and Christy watching their son compete.
Trying to wrap up the 4th inning and keep this a 1-1 game. Missed inside. 2-2.
Yeah, we just got word on Robbie Grossman too. He left the ball game with a left thumb injury.
Which I presume was part of the result of the collision in right field. 2-2. Bauer with a nice backhand pickup to the bag, and that wraps it up. He's completed 4 innings. It's a 1-1 game. And when the Twins hit in the 4th inning, Byron Buxton will lead things off. Tied at 1, going to the bottom of the 4th inning. And Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by State Farm. Combine home and auto and see how much you can save. Byron Buxton, Chris Jimenez, A-Ray Adrianza to hit in the 4th inning. Buxton already with a hit. Getting a hard one-hopper off the glove of Urshela at 3rd and into left field. And the average for Buxton up to 236. Takes a strike on the outside corner. We're forever being told by managers and coaches that players should not take their bad at bats with them out into the field to separate the 2 parts of the game. And yet I wonder whether just the opposite isn't true for Buxton, who was struggling with confidence at the plate, but he had the comfort of knowing that he was still contributing out there and helping his team win. And eventually now it looks like the bat is starting to come around. You know, it's one thing to separate when one part's going bad, but if you connect the 2 when one part's going really well, that can help you a little bit.
Well, you know what? I know when Torrey Hunter was doing the ball games, and that's what Torrey talked about. No matter how bad you're struggling at the plate.
And the ball mishandled by Urshela, and Buxton will reach because Urshela felt he had to hurry.
Exactly. You know what? You want to hurry up and make that throw because you know who's running down that line. That's why it's so important for Buxton just to make contact like we've seen him as of late. It makes that defense hurry up because of that right there, hustling down that line with those long strides.
An error to Urshela, allowing Buxton to reach. And now Jimenez will bat. Jimenez, with the bases loaded, 1 out, hit a line drive to Bruce in right field. Twins didn't score in that inning, then loaded them up twice in the 3rd inning and only got 1 run. Big leg kick after a long hold, and Jimenez takes strike 1.
Yeah, left-handers, of course, with Buxton at first base. 20 stolen bases in 21 attempts. They have that advantage because they're looking right at that base stealer or potential base stealer. Both Indians catchers, Gomes and Perez, very good throwing arms behind the plate.
Bounced foul, 0-2.
He didn't go as high that time with that leg kick, a little more of a slide step. Merritt, 25 years old, again making just his 3rd major league start, his 7th appearance overall. He has 1 win in his young career. A win coming in Kansas City last season.
Snap throw and Buxton back. Fouled away. There's a fable, and it might be true, but it's an interesting story about Merritt before his postseason start against the Blue Jays. Jose Bautista was quoted as saying, "I'll bet he's shaking in his boots looking at our lineup." 4 1/3 innings later, with 2 singles allowed, obviously Merritt was not shaking in his boots. 2 strikes to Jimenez. Up high. But the story goes that teammates went to Merritt and said, "Hey, look, if you want to, teach Bautista a lesson, if you want to drill him, we're fine with that." He said, "Well, why would I do that when I can get him out?" And he did get him out. Kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty confident, and he backed up that confidence with a really well pitched game. And a throw to first.
Well, you know what, when you're a left-hander like Merritt, you know you're not overpowering. You know you have to change speeds. One thing he has added, he always had the fastball, he had the changeup, curveball, but he added that little cutter. Always trying to get himself better. And you know you have to hit your spots. You become a pitcher, not a thrower.
One and 2 to Jimenez. Twins trying to take advantage of the Urshela error. Buxton goes, and Jimenez takes outside. Buxton has a stolen base.
He stole that off of Merritt. He finally timed it to where Merritt would go home, and he took off, even though Perez made one heck of a throw. Stolen base number 21 for Buxton.
In 22 tries.
Yep.
And that's one thing you'll see more of now that Buxton's finding it a lot easier to get on base. You'll see more and more stolen bases. And now 2-2 to Jimenez.
Now see if Jimenez, even with 2 strikes, try to hit that ball towards Santana at third base.
First base.
Or first base. Trying to get Buxton over to third. And that's what it looked like he tried to do.
Wasn't the prettiest swing in the world, but he at least avoided strike 3.
Jimenez a good baseball man. You're going to look at Jimenez, I think of Mike Redmond, you know, those type of catchers that eventually will stay in the game, maybe become a manager one day, a student of the game.
Two and two again. Snapped his bat.
Yep.
Kipnis looks at third, throws to first. Buxton's 90 feet away.
And he did his job right there. Those guys on the bench should get up and congratulate Jimenez right there. Those are the little things sometimes that help you win a ball game. Should get some high fives right there.
One down, Buxton at third. MLB.TV Premium is back better than ever. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout, other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. And for the Adrianza at bat, the Cleveland Indians bring their infield in. Adrianza hit a ground ball to third to leave the bases full in the second. Up and away, ball one. '60th pitch coming up for Merritt.
Adrianza's got to look for something he can drive up the middle, stay back, let that ball get deep into the strike zone.
Just outside, and it's 2-0. Merritt's really been pitching under duress in the last 3 innings. He gave up 3 hits, didn't allow a run in the second, 3 hits and a walk, allowed 1 in the third, and then the opening error in the Buxton at bat didn't help matters. And now 2-0 to the #9 batter. Driven to left. Jackson is there. Tagging is Buxton. And the Twins take a 2-1 lead. The Twins take advantage of the Cleveland mistake and retake the lead 2-1.
Adrianza picking up his 16th RBI. And again, you can thank Jimenez for getting Buxton over after the stolen base. So the error, the stolen base, a good at bat by Jimenez allows Adrianza to pick up his 16th RBI, and the Twins take a 2-1 lead.
It looks like Terry Francona is going to make a change here and trusting Merritt with 2 trips through the batting order. And that's it. He leaves having given up 2 runs. The base is empty. And we'll get into the Cleveland bullpen here in the bottom of the 4th. Up just a couple runs.
Sure did. Twins up by a run. And this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
Dan Otero comes in. He's given up 50 hits in 43 and 2/3 innings.
Yeah, he pitched here in the 8th inning on Tuesday night. A shutout inning, had a strikeout, 15 pitches, 12 over the plate. A guy that doesn't walk a lot of batters.
Facing Brian Dozier, singled and scored his last time up. Cracked a single to right center field. Strike one.
Otero with good movement on that fastball. He mixed in a slider and a changeup. 32-year-old right-hander in his 2nd season with the Indians.
And a base hit left center field. Dozier digging hard to first. He'll hold up with a 2-out single. Second hit for Dozier, and that'll bring Mauer to the plate.
Well, he's got movement on that fastball. That stayed pretty much right down the heart of the plate. And Bryant, good swing. Past Kipnis, who was playing over toward short with the shift on.
Yeah, that's kind of the worst possible place for Otero or any sinker ball or throw it to have it end up in the middle of the plate. The idea is to point it towards the middle of the plate and then have it move off. Here is Mauer, singled his last time up, was thrown out at the plate on a close play. The Twins used their challenge and lost. Line foul. 1 strike. Mauer now with the average back up at 280. Thinking it wouldn't take much for Mauer to get up there to 300. Tougher to do this late in the season, but we've seen him with some 2-week stretches where the batting average takes off. Inside 1-1. Twins coming into play today with a team batting average 253. Indians with a team batting average 5 points higher.
It'd be 258.
Ding, 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 ding. And that is past Urshela. Mauer has another hit. And Urshela, who's got a reputation of being a pretty good fielding third baseman, has committed an error, and that ball shot past him before he could put leather on it.
Yeah, ball was hit pretty hard right there. Had a little skip on it, and it passed the third baseman.
Couple of hits for Mauer.
I got by him a lot quicker than he anticipated.
And now Sano has hit a fly ball to center and walked. Sano up in an RBI spot. Twins have 8 hits and they've all been singles.
Well, first 2 ball games, it was the Indians that hit home runs, of course, but a couple 3-run home runs. Got to be thinking right here. Sano, get it airborne.
One strike. Swung over the top of the sinker. 0-2.
Otero part of a very good bullpen for the Cleveland Indians. An ERA under 3 out of that bullpen.
Nice stop by Perez, and it's 1-2. Eight singles. The Twins looking for their first extra base hit. And Sano again swings over the top. to end the inning. Twins get an extra out. The error leads to a run, and Slingers is back in front 2-1. Mountain Dew fans of the game hoping the Twins can win the nightcap here, get back above the 500 mark. So far, the starting pitcher's done more than his share. Granted, it was a home run, but Aaron Slagers has given up just one hit. It was Bruce's home run that tied it at 1. Now he's out on the mound again with a 1-run lead. Inside to Austin Jackson. Ball 1. Jackson hit a ground ball to short his first time up. Two and 0. He's issued 2 walks. A 1-out walk in the 3rd, a 2-out walk in the 4th. There's a strike.
Good fastball away. Austin Jackson in his 8th major league season. First season with the Indians. Came up with the Tigers. Spent time in Seattle with Cubs, the White Sox.
Up high.
Laid off that high fastball.
3-1. Abraham Almonte on deck. Three and 2. Couple of strikeouts for Slagers. To center, right at Buxton. 1 down. That'll bring up Almonte. The Twins Wives organization is proud to announce their annual Favorite Things auction, featuring gift baskets designed around your favorite player and their passions. The auction began on the 10th of August and continues until Saturday at 8:15 p.m. You can check out the items www.twinsbaseball.com/Favorite Things auction for a complete description of each item. All proceeds go to the supporting families and children in need through the home team. Great play by Dozier, got him. Root for the home team and threads for teams. Now Slingers couldn't make the play, but Dozier flipped it from his glove to Mauer's glove. 2 down.
Yeah, great concentration by Dozier right there, and using his glove. That's the only chance he had right here, just out of the reach of Slagers. And then the shovel pass off the glove, out of the glove by Dozier. It's Almonte at first base. Nice defensive play.
Had a chance for a 3-car collision there. Slingers slammed on the brakes and ended up short of where Dozier slid, and he nearly slid into Mauer. 2 down. A fine play by Dozier, and now Roberto Perez.
Brian has played outstanding defense at second base all season long.
That's the thing that's been evident here as we're, halfway through the 5th month of the season. Bounce to third. Nice pick up by Escobar. And Slingers has a 1-2-3 fifth. Second out provided by a fine play by Brian Dozier. And you're watching Twins Baseball, presented by State Farm.
Lead 2-1, and we're in the Minnesota Lottery Winners Circle, and we have $500 worth of scratch-off tickets today for Ramona from Nicollet, Minnesota, who is here with her family today. And Ramona's sign says, "Hi, Dell," and I would lead to the question, who is Dell?
Dell is my sister, my best friend in life, my confidant, and my special friend.
And where is Dell?
Dell is in Cambria, Minnesota.
Why is she not here?
She's
not at the game with you.
I don't know. I didn't get tickets for her.
Dell, why are you not here? She's watching, I'm sure. We've all said hi to Dell, and best wishes to Dell. And I know you were in the community where some tornadoes touched down last night. Is everybody okay?
Yes, we are okay. Our neighbor has damage to his house, but they're all right.
Well, thank you. $100 worth of scratch-off tickets to you, and hello to Dell.
Thank you. Thank
Hello,
you.
Dell.
Hi,
Hello, Dell. Dell, you're here by Circle. Your sign is. You aren't.
Nicollet about straight west of St. Peter. You go down to St. Peter, you take Highway 99 west, and you'll run right into Nicollet, Minnesota. Eddie Rosario, the batter. 2 hits now for Escobar as the Twins try to pad a 1-run lead. Outside a ball. Rosario singled with 1 out in the second, got as far as third base. Twins with 9 hits, and every last one of them has been a single. Foul back.
Well, there's original Everyday Eddie. And I think what we have seen, Eddie Rosario now becoming Everyday Eddie. Since July 1st, you could see he's playing almost every day. He's only missed a couple, and boy, has he responded, hitting over 338, driving in some runs.
And one of the really nice things about the new Everyday Eddie is he's doing so well against left-handed pitching. He got a hit against Merritt in the second inning. Rosario came into the weekend, or into this doubleheader, hitting .295 against lefties and .297 against righties. So when he does get a day off, it isn't necessarily going to be against a left-hander, which is important because two of the three regular outfielders that the Twins have are left-handed, and one of them, Kepler, is struggling against lefties. 1-2, and now 1-3. Rosario strikes out, and that'll bring up Kepler, who will face a right-hander.
Otero picking up a strikeout, his second. Well, good sinker right here, down and away. See the movement, took something off that and had that sink at the end.
Against a lefty, Kepler hit a fly ball to left to end the threat in the third. Entered the game in relief of Robbie Grossman, who had a thumb injury that we presume was suffered when he collided with Byron Buxton in right center field. One and 0. 2-0. Rosario hitting nearly 300 against lefties. Kepler hitting 138 against left-handed pitchers. And Otero keeps missing outside. Now it's 3-0 with Buxton on deck. What a gorgeous night. Quite a change from last night when we had rain for hours and hours and hours. We would not have been able to play last night. 3-0. See if Kepler's green lighted. Took a strike. Three and 1 to the Twins right fielder. Fouled away and a good cut at it. 3-2.
Let's see if Paul Molitor sends Escobar right here at first base. 1 out. Escobar does have some stolen bases. 4 stolen bases in 4 attempts. I think he's going to be going. There he goes.
And the pitch lifted to right.
It got underneath it.
And Jay Bruce near the line makes the catch out number 2. And before Buxton's at bat, the big three continues as basketball's greatest legends take it to the court in Seattle. Rashard Lewis, Mike Bibby, Steven Jackson, Al Harrington keep the action going in a 3-on-3 battle for the championship. The big three is changing the game Monday night at 7 Central on FS1. I've read this promo a bunch of times, but it seems like if it's 3-on-3, I ought to read 6 names and not just 4. Wonder who the other 2 guys are. Well, why can't I give them some billing here? Give them some pub.
Could be 2-on-2.
Mike Clevenger will come out of the bullpen. He's been in the rotation for the Indians, and he'll come in here in the 5th. starting pitcher. This will be Clevenger's third relief outing of the year. Comes in kind of a peculiar spot, and one that wouldn't be necessary without this being the second game of a split doubleheader, I suspect.
He made 15 starts for the Indians this year. 6-4 out of as a pitcher. 3.65 ERA. Made 2 starts against the Twins earlier this year. One in Cleveland back in May, and then here back on June 17th.
Clevenger's helped stabilize a rotation that's had some injury issues. Corey Kluber's been on the disabled list. Andy Salazar's been hurt. Buxton will hit with a runner at first and 2 down. Byron's reached both times, a sharp single to left in the second. Then he hit a ground ball, reached on an error, stole a base, and scored the go-ahead run in the 4th.
Now, Clevenger's done a good job against right-handed hitters. Right-handers hitting only 200 against him. Opponents only 215 overall.
Walks a little high, 41 of them, and 81 1/3. See what Buxton can do here. Low, ball 1.
Clevenger, 26 years old, in his second season with the Indians. Made 10 starts last year in 17 games. There's a hard slider right there.
Been talking in this series about Andrew Miller not being on the team. They hope to have him back tomorrow. Shaw pitched a couple innings this afternoon, unavailable one would think for tonight. McAllister pitched enough this afternoon, you would think, to rule him out for tonight's game. 1-1 to Buxton. On the outside corner at 93.
Clevenger originally signed by the Angels back in 2011 and traded over to the Indians in 2014.
Vinny Pestano went, I believe, to the Angels.
Yep.
1-2 to Byron Buxton. Checked his swing, 2-2. Indians go to Kansas City from here. And in the 3 games there, Clevenger was not listed as a reliever. The Indians are going with Kluber, Bauer, and Salazar. Close, and Escobar just got back.
No, Clevenger's been up and down 3 different stints with the Indians this year. Take a look at the quick move right there. Escobar getting back, and the throw right there. Escobar maybe just got that right hand back on the bag. They're going to take a look at it. Terry Francona told that maybe Escobar was tagged out. Take a look right here. The right hand on the bag.
Yeah, I think
they got him. Take another look at Escobar's dive back to the bag. The throw perfect right there, right into the back of Escobar. And right into the glove of Santana.
My guess is Escobar will be called out to end the inning.
Clevenger already has 2 pickoffs this season.
Indians outfielders are creeping in, having seen the scoreboard replay. fielder Bruce is already in on the infield grass.
Yeah. Now Monty in on the Jackson out in left field, just kind of strolling a little bit.
Terry Francona a little stewed that it's even taking this long, I think. Twins used their challenge in the 3rd inning and lost the challenge, so they're done until the 8th inning. Clevenger will get back on the mound and try to stay loose here. A few other games in progress, and that might be contributing to the delay here.
Let's take another look right here. The throw again right into the back of Escobar, into the glove of Santana.
You can see the glove opening up because of contact with Escobar. But this has taken longer than I would have thought, and maybe it won't be overturned at all. Clevenger, who's used to pitching out of the rotation, getting some extra warm-up tosses here. And you can see Terry, he's really frustrated.
Let's go.
To get his guys in here to hit. Much like the Twins challenge in the 3rd inning, it appears on replay as if the call should be changed, but back in the 3rd inning the call was not changed.
Yeah, I think we've seen challenges go as long as maybe 3 minutes, but this one a little bit longer. And finally a decision.
Safe. So pretty much the same thing happened with the Mauer play at the plate. It sure looked like the improper call was made. The challenge denied, used up, so both teams are without a challenge now, and Buxton will have a chance with a runner at first and 2 down.
They must have saw something in New York that we didn't see. Well, the view took 3 minutes and 27 seconds.
2-2 to Buxton. And a breaking ball gets him. So after all that, 1 pitch later, the inning ends anyway. And we go to the 6th with the Twins up 2-1. Fox Sports North is presented by Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the Twin Cities. Major League debut for Aaron Slegers, and the Twins have a 2-1 lead. Slegers is still out there trying to get some outs in the 6th inning. Pitch count really good. He's had 3 1-2-3 innings, and another inning he faced just 3 batters. Just 1 hit allowed, the home run by Jay Bruce.
You know what? He's out of the 5 innings. He's had 2 innings where he's needed only 8 pitches to get 3 outs. The other 2, 11. The most he threw in the 4th inning, 27 pitches.
Urshela will lead things off in the 6th. 65 pitches thrown for Slegers. 39 strikes, a strike percentage of 60. Urshela bounced into a double play. Hit a sharp ground ball right at Dozier to wrap up the 3rd inning. Down and away, ball 1. The hope is, of course, that the Twins will have a better rotation and a healthier rotation next year. Slegers might be a part of that. And one of the great stories in baseball is the first half was the Colorado Rockies, not because of their lineup scoring a lot of runs, but because of their homegrown starting rotation. Tyler Duffy getting loose. Twins bullpen's in pretty good shape. Bouncer to second again. Dozier with the play, 1 down.
Yeah, good slider right there.
Well, I think the Twins have found out through a couple of different front office changes that the best way for this team and just about any other team to compete is to develop your own starting pitching and then augment it if you need to through trades or free agency. But Slegers, what's not to like? So far he's kept a hot-hitting Cleveland lineup in check here. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves or anything, but he's thrown strikes. Hasn't seemed overwhelmed by the moment at all.
And I like what he's working quick too. You know he's getting back on that pitching rubber. Let's go. Going to have better defense behind you.
Felix Jorge, who may get a look in the start in Chicago on Monday, he came up and the Royals were swinging the bats as well as anybody in the league, and he shut them down in Kansas City and then stumbled in his 2nd start. Down the road, whether it's next year or whenever, he could be part of the solution. Popped foul, out of play, 1-2. One and 2. Dietrich Enns, who was given a start and in Milwaukee, put on the disabled list today with some shoulder pain. There's a pop up near 3rd base. Long run for Adrianza, and Jimenez makes the catch near the 3rd base coach's box. That's awareness. The catcher knew that with the shift on, that pop foul was going to be as close to him as anybody else.
Good hustle by Jimenez right there.
Look at the catcher spring out of the box here.
And he's calling Adrianza off right there. I've got it. I've got it.
Lindor will bat with 2 down quickly here in the 6th inning. Down the left field line, it'll twist into the seats after a long run by Rosario.
There's a pitcher right here. You kind of know Slegers is work quick, but you kind of look out and make sure Rosario catches his breath out there.
You had to do the same thing after the 2nd out. Make sure your catcher got back behind the plate. Late on a 90-mile-per-hour fastball, almost like Lindor didn't see it. Two strikes to center. Buxton back. And another 1-2-3 inning for Aaron Slegers. 6 very good innings here tonight, and a pat on the left shoulder. On this date in 2014, our Coors timeless moment. Michael Kadire returned to the Rockies lineup after missing 60 days because of a fractured shoulder and hit for the cycle on his first day back. Kadire went 1 for 5 in the opener of a doubleheader before collecting his second career cycle in the nightcap. Only the third player to have one in both leagues, and Michael would go on later that year to win a National League batting championship. And Michael will be inducted into the Twins Hall of Fame on Saturday night here at Target Field. Chris Jimenez leading off the bottom of the 6th, and he takes a breaking ball for ball 1. If not for the game being rained out last night, Clevenger would have been the starting pitcher for Cleveland tonight. Now he gets a chance to pitch anyway, just out of the bullpen. 1-1.
Yeah, herky-jerky type delivery. He has that high leg kick. He'll throw everything at you. A lot of deception.
Checked his swing, 2-1.
He has that high leg kick. You see him moving around a little bit. Here comes that glove. Throws that glove. And the baseball and the follow through.
Out in front of the breaking ball, and it's 2-2. Jimenez, Adrianza, and Dozier here in the Twins' 6th inning. And another off-speed pitch, and another swing and a miss. 1 down. We talked about Michael Kadire, and join us Saturday here at the ballpark. Michael will be inducted into the Twins Hall of Fame, and the first 10,000 fans receive a Kadire bobblehead courtesy of Delta Airlines. And then on Sunday, Andy McPhail will be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and the first 10,000 fans will receive Kadire and McPhail pins courtesy of Coordinated Business Systems. Get your tickets today at twinsbaseball.com. Adrianza 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. His fly to left scored Buxton from third for the go-ahead run in the 4th inning. 1 strike. And now 2 strikes. Saw Neil Allen talk with Sleggers, but here we are with 1 out in the 6th. There's no activity in the Twins bullpen.
Sleggers with 75 pitches.
Fastball off the plate. Both teams using the 26th man for this doubleheader. That explains Sleggers being here in the first place. And Merritt started for Cleveland, and instead of pushing everyone back a day, the Indians decided to skip Clevenger, which left him available to pitch multiple innings, one would think, here tonight. In Slager's case and in Merritt's case, they have to be returned to their minor league team after tonight. Bouncer left side. Lindor picks it up, and by a half step, Adrianza retired, 2 down.
Nice fastball down the way. Oh, Lindor, such a good shortstop. He kind of rounded that ball. Take a look at the pitch right here. Good sink on it right there, Adrianza, but oh, Lindor on the run, flip it on a bang bang play at first base.
Dozier with a pair of singles his last 2 times up. And strike 1. Off the plate. A couple of losses to the Indians have the Twins back at the 500 mark, trying to get back above with a win here tonight. 2-1. Won't get much easier this weekend with the Diamondbacks coming to town. Their outstanding lineup. Strike taken, 2-2. Diamondbacks beat Houston 4-0. And they're 67-53 right now. Full count, Mauer on deck. Dozier's taken all 5 pitches here, hasn't he? Trevor Hildenberger getting loose. Close pitch. Clevenger wanted it, and I don't blame him.
The slider just missed.
It's a walk to Dozier, and now Mauer will hit.
Dozier on base for the 3rd time in this ball game. Couple singles, and then taking a very close pitch down and away. Was out of the strike zone.
Mauer with a pair of singles, his average at 282. Big leg hit, and Mauer gets his 3rd hit. Rolling a single through the left side, and now Sano will come up with 2 men aboard.
Well, the table setters are getting on for Sano. Just Sano 0 for 2 with a walk so far.
Fly ball, a strikeout, and the walk. Hitless in 8 at bats, and he's left a lot of men on in this series. Otero got him on a couple of sinking fastballs down and in. Down and away, dug out by Perez. Twins out hitting the Indians 10-1. They've left 8 men on. The Indians have only left 1 man on. One 1-0 to Miguel Sano. 2-0. Couple of good takes by Sano.
2 sliders down and away. Clevenger's given up 10 home runs and 81 in the 3rd innings coming into this outing.
Took 3 in a row with Escobar on deck. Clevenger's in danger of filling them up.
3 straight sliders or breaking balls down and away.
Sano needs to lock in on a fastball where he prefers it. And if he gets it there, let it fly.
Hanging slider would be nice too.
A 4-pitch walk. And with 2 outs, the Twins go walk, single, walk. And here comes Escobar.
And here comes Mickey Callaway, the pitching coach. Three sliders to get behind 3-0, and then he tried the fastball and missed down and away.
Escobar came up in this spot. At least the bases were loaded. Nobody out. He dropped a single into short right center field. Drove in the first run of the game. That was as a right-handed batter. And now he'll hit, of course, from the left side.
Yeah, nobody warming up, I don't believe, in the Indians bullpen. So Callaway getting his words in. And
10 singles. We'll see if Escobar can mix in a double here. 9 of them on the year. He's got more home runs than doubles. Stopped by Perez. Clutch hitting in this season series with Cleveland. Here in Minnesota has been non-existent for the Twins. They had a chance to get a couple of big hits and could have won the ball game this afternoon, but didn't get it done. 5 for 20 with runners in scoring position. And one of those 5, Escobar's hit back in the 3rd inning. 1-0 to Escobar. Swing and a miss. One and one. Popped up left side. Lindor underneath it. And the Twins fill them up and leave them full again. It's 2-1 as we go to the 7th. Outpitch the Indians tonight. Here's our Grand Casino story of the game.
Aaron Slegers' story so far, 6 very good innings, only 1 hit allowed, and that to Jay Bruce, the first hitter he will face here in the 7th inning. Nice play by Brian Dozier. Double play turn behind him. There's a nice play by Dozier. Couple walks, couple strikeouts.
18 outs recorded by Slegers in 20 at-bats or 20 plate appearances. He's only given up 1 hit, that a home run to Jay Bruce, who will lead off the 7th.
Yeah, Bruce came over from the Mets. He had 29 home runs. It's the 5th season with that home run. He's got 30 now on the year. 5th time this in a season he's hit 30 or more home runs. This is his 10th major league season.
Bruce, Encarnacion, and Santana to face Slegers here in the 7th.
He left the fastball up. That was it.
Fastball on the outside corner. Good start for Bruce. Of course, he's used to playing in the state of Ohio, longtime Cincinnati Reds player. Fouled away, 0-2. When Slegers was drafted in 2013, after his junior year at Indiana, Twins also drafted his 2 teammates and roommates, guys by the name of Ryan Halstead and Dustin DeMuth. Only Slegers signed, and Halstead's in the Giants organization. DeMuth playing for the Biloxi Shuckers, the Double-A team for the Brewers. 1-2 to Bruce. Trying to tease him off the plate. 2-2.
Trying to keep that ball down and away. Try to take the power away that Bruce has. Encarnacion on deck.
Got him. Threw him a fastball down and away, and Bruce strikes out.
And strikeout number 3 for Slegers.
Dad's right on the edge of his seat right now, and who can blame him?
I kept everything away, away, away.
Fox
Nice
Tracks
pitch.
presented by Carrier. 1 down, and now Encarnacion. Bounced foul.
See the 8 ground ball outs, 8 fly ball outs to go with his 3 strikeouts.
Drilled to left, and Rosario will field it on the second hop. Encarnacion's aboard with a 1-out single. Just the second hit for Cleveland against Aaron Slegers.
And Paul Molitor's coming out.
Well, this is quite a moment. You don't want to have Slegers be left out there, potentially lose the game. All that can happen to him, either a no decision or a win in his major league debut. And this pitching starved crowd at Target Field will let him know how they feel about that.
Yes. Let's take a listen.
This night since the time when his dad said he wanted to be a professional baseball player since age 8.
Well, you know what's cool is Mom and Dad were here to witness it too, and family and friends.
And now he can just nervously watch as former teammate of his, Trevor Hildenberger, will try to get a couple of outs at least here in the 7th.
18th appearance for Hildenberger. Last time he was on the mound, that was in Detroit when he picked up his first major league save 4 days ago.
Carlos Santana was 0 for 2 against Slegers, and now Hildenberger, who's made quite an impression himself, in a tight spot here, just a 1-run ball game, and a dangerous hitter at the plate. Off-speed pitch, strike 1. Hildenberger got that save in Detroit, and relied very heavily on the pitch you just saw. Changeup.
Well, he's shown excellent control. Only 3 walks in 23 innings, 26 strikeouts. Trying to get a ground ball here.
Fastball down and in.
Aaron Rodgers loosening up.
Taylor Rodgers.
Excuse me, Taylor Rodgers. Just a football fan, that's all.
Pass Bauer down the line. Encarnacion round second. Now falling down in right field is Kepler, and the tying run will score. All the way to third base is Santana, with Kepler stumbling just at the point he was going to retrieve the ball in the corner. A base hit, and Mauer's been so good going to his right and left. That ball was smashed past his glove.
This ball hit sharply right there. Ball stayed up. Joe jumps off the bag. That ball hit very hard. Kepler down in that right field corner lost his footing right here. You can see him slipping and the ball getting by him.
So now the Twins have to bring the infield in with the go-ahead run at third base and only one out. Chopped to third. Escobar looks at the runner, throws to first, 2 away.
Well, they give Santana a triple. That'll pick up an RBI for him.
So no win tonight for Sleggers in his big league debut.
That's a shame. He pitched great.
And Abraham Almonte will bat. And Almonte takes a strike. Down the line, foul. 0-2. And so few balls squared up against Hildenberger. They're surprised. Of course, he left it right down the middle. You know, it was right there for Santana to get a good look at it. But he just really is not giving up much solid contact. Trying to keep this a tie game now. Dribbled right side. And Hildenberger has to hustle. He's there to get the final out of the inning. A single, a triple. The Indians have tied it. And it's 2 apiece. Baseball break. Joey Votto just keeps on rolling along in the Reds' 13-10 win over the Cubs. In that game, John Lester pulled an oblique muscle, and they say he might be done for the year.
Josh Donaldson with a couple of home runs in Toronto's win over Tampa Bay. Patrick Corbin with numbers like that. We're glad he won't be pitching against the Twins this weekend.
Well, Cincinnati having a tough year, but Joey Votto having an outstanding year.
No time for the Twins to get back in the lead here after the Indians tie it up. A kind of a flukish triple by Carlos Santana. Kepler will have the opportunity to atone for his stumble in the corner. It'll be Rosario, Kepler, and Buxton, the three outfielders, hitting for the Twins here in the 7th against Mike Clevinger. Ball 1. A single and 3 trips for Rosario. Checked his swing. And it's 2-0. Out in front of the off-speed pitch. That seems to be a sign that a pitcher is maturing. 2-0, everyone would assume a fastball count. Clevinger threw him a really nice changeup and got strike 1.
You know what? Again, that delivery, it looks like real quick, and then he just pulls the string on that pitch.
Tap foul, 2-2.
There's a fastball. Put a little bit more on that one. Just got news that Grossman has a fractured left thumb.
Oh my. Oh my. Two and 2.
Perez wants this pitch up. And it was up and past the swinging Rosario, so the 3rd strikeout for Clevinger. Clevinger came into the ballgame in the 5th inning with 2 outs. He struck out Buxton. And a fastball right there at 93.
We've seen Rosario feast on a pitch like that. Instead, he strikes out to start the 7th. And now here's Kepler. Well, the complexion of things in the Twins outfield and in the DH spot have changed considerably here, with Grossman apparently headed to the disabled list with a busted thumb. And that could mean Zach Granite or Kenny Vargas, I suppose. 1-1.
Let's take a look. Go back to the 2nd inning right there. See where he hits his right hand or arm of Buxton, the left thumb.
It was the throwing hand thumb. Down and away, a ball. 2-1. Well, Robbie's had such a good year. And been kind of a valuable on-base guy, but now we'll see how the Twins react to that injury. A drive to right field. It's back and gone. The Twins are back in front. Kepler with a home run. And it's 3-2 Minnesota.
Home run number 15 for Max Kepler. So he does make up for the slip that he had down in that right field corner. And the Twins take a 3-2 lead.
Now Byron Buxton will hit. Every time the Indians have scored here, and there have only been 2 innings, but the Twins have responded in their half each time. Buxton squares to bunt, takes a ball.
We talked about where, Kepler and Escobar, they like that ball about knee high down and in. And Kepler got it airborne and giving the Twins a lead.
And now ball 2 to Buxton. Buxton 1 for 3. Has reached twice, scored a run, stolen a base. Lifted to right. And Bruce makes the catch. 2 down.
That'll bring up Jimenez.
Well, Slager's pitched well here today, I think, because a lot of credit goes to Jimenez, too. I don't think he shook Chris Jimenez off one time. 6 1/3 innings, only a couple hits, both runs.
Jimenez takes outside a ball. And a fastball down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Kepler doing it to the Indians again. Cracked foul. Kepler has 32 major league home runs, and 8 of them come against Cleveland. Three in one game, 4 in one series last year in early August in Cleveland. And Jimenez takes one down the middle for strike 3. Twins back in front. Max Kepler with a stumble in the corner in the top half of this inning. Then he hit a moonshot into the plaza to put the Twins back in front.
America Studio Sports Update tomorrow night on Fox Sports North. A couple quality options, starting with Twins live at 6:30 before Paul Molitor's team takes the field against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Then at 7 on the Fox Sports North Plus channel, the Minnesota Lynx take aim at the Indiana Fever. Twins and Lynx tomorrow night.
Max Kepler's home run putting the Twins back in front 3-2. Roberto Perez will lead things off against Trevor Hildenberger, who will be asked to get the outs here in the 8th. Taylor Rogers is warming up for one would think Kipnis, who would hit third this inning. Breaking ball and strike 1. After Hildenberger's save in Detroit, he pitched in all 3 games at Comerica Park and had enough to pick up the save in the final game of the series. 1 strike.
That was a 4-inning save, too.
Oh, 2 to Perez.
It was not a 4-inning save or a 4-out save?
4-out save, yes.
Yeah. Well, I said 4-inning. I meant 4 outs.
And on 3 pitches, the changeup freezing Perez, 1 away. And we talked with Hildenberger after the game about that and his not just ability, but his eagerness to throw a changeup to right-handed batters. Mid-70s, it just floats over, and he said, you know, for the first time in the big leagues, he's gone overhand with his delivery with a changeup. There's a ball tapped foul. And the guy that I've compared him to in your absence up here in the booth was Dunk Jones, who didn't throw the ball very hard. He probably threw it a little harder than Hildenberg or used his fastball more regularly. But Dunk Jones was a right-handed reliever who just kept flopping those changeups up there, and he lasted about 8 years.
Yes, he did. He had some good years.
On the ground, Dozier fields, throws, 2 down. And now Kipnis, and we'll see if Paul Molitor makes the move, and he will. Kipnis will face Rogers, with Hildenberger giving up the unfortunate base hit past Mauer and into the right field corner for the game-tying triple. But then he kept the ball in the infield and got the next 4 batters. So another good outing for Hildenberger, and it'll be Rogers trying to get the Twins off the field in the 8th. Righties or lefties this year, but he's had a good series here. A potent bat. Had some injury issues this year, but he's already gone deep a couple times.
Yeah, against Bartolo Colon here on Tuesday night, and then in game 1 in the 8th inning, a home run.
Rogers will face him here with 2 down and the bases empty in the 8th inning.
Well, Taylor Rogers making his 52nd relief appearance. See, left-handers hitting only .204 off of him.
Slagers and Hildenberger, teammates in Rochester, now teammates for today only in Minnesota. Again, Slagers has to be sent back because he was the 26th man. Doesn't mean that he won't be back in 10 days, but unless there's some other procedural move the Twins can make. 1 strike to Kipnis. A take, 1-1. Big swing and a miss at the breaking ball. We've talked about this a couple times this year. Last year, Rogers was where Hildenberger's been this year. Getting opportunities, doing well, getting larger roles later in games. And now look where Rogers is. He's the primary left-handed setup guy.
Yeah, 26 holes this year. That's the most in baseball. Got him.
He held this lead, striking out Kipnis with a perfect fastball down and away. Hildenberger gets 2 outs. Rogers gets the 3rd out, and it's 3-2 going to the bottom of the 9th.
doubleheader, up 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. And we'll wrap it all up for you when we bring you Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink, and look at a fantastic Major League debut for Aaron Slegers in his 6th and a 3rd innings. Only a couple of hits allowed in a very, very positive debut for Slegers. And how about Max Kepler? The home run he hit in the 7th inning is the difference in the game right now. Plus, we'll hear from Paul Molitor. Fans, you can head to our Fox Sports North Facebook page at the end of every series for the Twins' final pitch, presented by Prism Research. You'll get a recap of today's game and a preview of the next opponent, so be sure to check that out after the game tonight. Dick and Bert.
All right, thank you, Marty. Ball 1 to A-Ray Adrianza, then Dozier and Mauer. A drive to right center field, hit well. Bruce is back off the base of the wall, and Adrianza will go to second with a double. All right, everyone at home, raise your hand if you'd like to build a little cushion here in the bottom of the 8th.
My hand is raised. Adrianza picking up his 6th double, and we'll see if the Twins can manufacture a run, get him over to 3rd like Jimenez did earlier in the ball game. Bruce has to play the carom.
Dozier's reached his last 3 times up with 2 singles and a walk, just to get one more run. And the Twins, who hit so poorly situationally here in this doubleheader, have a chance to just execute here. You've got a leadoff double. Somehow Dozier's got to at least get Adrianza to 3rd base. Big lead, and Dozier tried to bunt him there. Got to be careful, because we saw Gomes in this afternoon's game pick off the runner at second after a missed bunt attempt.
Yeah, Kepler tried to bunt, and then Polanco got a little bit too far, and Gomes ended up throwing him out at second base.
I would guess Gene Glenn is trying to get Adrianza's attention, with Kipnis the closest infielder to him. 1 strike to Dozier. Taken for a ball. It was the secondary lead that got the runner picked off this afternoon.
Well, the 2 bunt attempts right there, if anything, have brought the infielders in a little bit. Santana at first base, now in on the grass.
Just off the outside corner. Trevor Bauer getting loose in the Cleveland bullpen. Three and 1. We saw Terry Francona do it marvelously in the postseason last year, looking at his pitching staff creatively, and kind of like the old thumb puzzle you used to have, where you put, you know, a square here and a square there, and you try to make it all look right at the end. Well, here tonight, after getting a 26th man start from Merritt, he may end up using 2 starting pitchers to try to get through this game. 3 and 1 to Dozier. Ball 4, he fills first base.
The second time that Clevenger's walked Brian Dozier.
Bauer's got 3 singles in a row. Bauer is supposed to start Saturday in Kansas City for the Indians. Bauer singled through the hole on the left side of the infield against Clevenger in the 6th.
Twins looking for insurance runs.
What if he bangs one off the State Farm sign?
That would be nice.
Strike 1. That really would be an insurance run, wouldn't it? If you banged it off the State Farm sign?
Yes, it would be.
Another great chance for the Twins to put up a crooked number. First and second, no one out. Inside. Spun away. 1-1. Some speed on the bases. Adrianza and Dozier. 2-1.
And Perez is going to go out and talk to his right-hander.
Clevenger hasn't really embraced this relief role, even as a starter. We told you the biggest issue has been not hits allowed, but walks allowed. He's thrown 54 pitches, only 25 strikes. A sub 50 strike percentage. Two and one with Sano on deck. Strike on the outside corner. Now 2-2.
A change up right there.
A ball low. That was Joe's contention. Two and two. Breaking ball, beaten foul. This has been a creative way to go about this split doubleheader. Use your 26th man, get a few innings out of him, and then just hand the ball over to the guy who was supposed to start today anyway.
And Bauer probably a side piece day anyways if he's starting on Saturday.
Long look in to Perez. And Mauer's tired of waiting.
Clevenger wanting a new set of signs from Perez.
2-2 to Mauer. 3-2.
They didn't really pitching Joe inside. Everything off speed, trying to get him to pull the ball.
You dare send the runners here?
No, I don't send the runners here.
Foul. Still 3-2. Another 3-2 to Joe Mauer. Struck him out. One down. And that will be two aboard for Sano, but he will not face
Mike Clevenger, it will be Trevor Bauer who will come in out of the bullpen to pitch to Sano with 1 out and 2 on.
Well, Clevenger picking up a big strikeout, his 5th. Sinking fastball.
Pretty much the same pitch that was called a second strike. It's a 1-run game, and Sano will try to change it when we come back. Reminder that you're watching Twins baseball presented by State Farm. And the brilliance of Terry Francona, who always is looking for more options, bringing in Trevor Bauer, who has absolutely had Miguel Sano eating out of his hand. Sano is just 2 for 23 with 11 strikeouts against Bauer. The game may be decided in this at bat, and it's advantage Cleveland without Bauer having thrown a pitch yet.
Yeah, Bauer making his first relief appearance this year. In his starts, 11 and 8. He pitched in Boston on Monday in that makeup game, worked into the 7th inning.
Sano, who has come up the last 3 times up with 2 men on base and has yet to drive in a run, and here in the 8th inning, 2 men on, 1 out. Fly ball right center field. And Bruce with the catch. 2 down. Sano gone on 1 pitch. And that'll leave up Escobar, and he hasn't fared much better against Bauer. Escobar 2 for 16. Escobar with a couple of singles in the game. I mean, it's August 17th, and this game is being managed by Terry Francona as if it's October 17th. I kind of like that. He feels this is a really important game. The Indians have a comfortable lead in the division, but they want to finish with the 2nd best record in the league. They got Boston to catch. A couple games behind the Red Sox. And if they were to beat the Twins here tonight, they would just about put the Twins out of reach in terms of the Central Division race. It would push the Twins 8 games back. Strike 1 to Escobar. Breaking ball hooked into right field. A big base hit for Escobar. Adrianza scores on an RBI double by Escobar.
And Escobar picking up his 3rd hit of the ball game, driving in his 2nd run, and it's a big one. Bauer left a curveball up, and Escobar jumped all over it. So a big RBI double for Escobar, making it a 4-2 ball game. Waited back nicely, popped it past Santana, playing a deep first base. Adrianza scores, and Dozier over to third.
And now Rosario 1 for 4. Rosario's hit Bauer at about a 400 clip. Inside corner is called. 0-1, and Rosario flinches.
He did not like that call at all. Shaking his head. And the fastball. Yeah.
6 inches inside.
I was going to say 5.
And now a pitch further inside, a breaking ball, and it's a swing and a miss. 0-2.
Bauer's got an assortment of pitches. Fastball, curveball that he left up to Escobar, the slider right there, that last pitch. Also has a split finger.
First 11 hits that the Twins got tonight were singles, but here in the 8th, a pair of doubles. And now 0-2 to Rosario. Another one in the dirt. 1-2. No activity in the Twins pen, so it looks like Taylor Rogers, who struck out Kipnis, will at least be able to start the inning. Switch hitter Lindor and another left-handed hitter Jay Bruce.
Now Kepler's home run last inning gave the Twins that 1-run lead, and then the RBI double by Escobar.
1-2 to Rosario. In the dirt again. 2-2.
Laid off a couple breaking balls.
He started, he pitched awfully well. He won't get the win, but he's at the top step, hoping that Rosario can deliver a couple of more insurance runs. Foul back.
Ooh, good swing.
Rosario singled his first time up, and for a brief moment or two, at least an inning, his batting average was over 300.
Yeah, the double by Escobar is 100th of his career. In the 11th this season.
Big swing and a miss by Rosario, and he strikes out. The inning started with a double, then with 2 outs, Escobar delivered another double, and the Twins will take a 2-run lead to the 9th.
Marlins have left 13 men on, just enough hitting to take a 4-2 lead, and a big hit provided by Escobar, a double, making it a 4-2 ball game.
Taylor Rogers out here to start the 9th inning. Matt Belisle warming up in the Twins bullpen.
Switch hitting Francisco Lindor first, left-hand hitting Jay Bruce. Then Encarnacion's a right-handed batter. The only chance I would think, and it might not be a good chance, the only chance Rogers might have to get a save here would be
get the first two guys out.
First two guys.
Yep.
And then Encarnacion's not the tying run.
Yeah, Taylor's never had a save. I don't know if he had a save at the University of Kentucky, but professionally he has never had a professional save.
0-2 to Lindor. Drilled to center. Buxton's back, making the catch, one away. That ball hit very hard, but within range for the first out.
So nice to have Buxton out there in center field. He can cover some ground.
And the extra run, the added run in the 8th inning, allows the Twins to start this inning without the no doubles defense. Everybody can play in their normal spot. Jay Bruce with a home run for the first Cleveland run in the 4th inning. Strike on the outside corner. And Rogers doing exactly what Hildenberger did. Hildenberger threw 12 pitches, 11 strikes. And now Rogers is 7 for 7 in throwing strikes. Just missed with a breaking ball, 1-1. Belisle warmed up. Scooped by Jimenez, 2-1. Check swing, no swing, and it's 3-1.
Fastball just a little low.
Chad Fairchild hearing it from the Twins dugout. They thought it had the knees, or that he had swung. Right there, well above the knees. Bounced up the line, foul, and it's 3-2.
No free passes here. Got to make him swing the bat.
With 2 strikes, Adrianza moves to the right side of the infield. Fouled away. Gave him a 94-mile-per-hour fastball. Three and 2 to Jay Bruce. Breaking ball hit to about the same spot in the seating area.
There's confidence that Rogers has on that curveball, throwing at 3-2. Encarnacion on deck.
Another full count pitch to Jay Bruce. He's mixed it up, hasn't he? Fastball, breaking ball, fastball, breaking ball. And if the pattern continues, the next one will be a breaking ball. 3 2-strike fouls for Bruce in this at bat.
Going to go with another fastball.
Breaking ball missed.
He can't prove.
And there's a walk.
Yep.
And now Encarnacion represents the tying run, and that'll be the end of the night for Taylor Rogers.
I said you can't walk anybody right there. You have to be able to throw a strike with all the pitches, and you have to challenge him right there, and he ended up walking him.
Well, Rogers gets 2 outs. The last one of the 8th, first one of the 9th, and now Belisle opening at 2 outs.
My first job was actually a basketball referee.
First job was mowing lawns.
Fire insulation, caulking in high school. Working at Winn-Dixie. It was a grocery store back home.
My first job was playing baseball.
Baseball. I was fortunate enough to not have to go find work. I was drafted when I was 18 years old, and I got thrown in the mix. My first job was with the Atlanta Braves.
And this is his 19th year of professional baseball, and he's getting a chance to pick up a save here tonight with the Twins leading by 2. Edwin Encarnacion and Matt Belisle were teammates with the Reds 10 years ago.
Yeah, Matt Belisle's numbers, making his 49th relief appearance. He does have 2 saves in 6 save opportunities. 7 career saves. One of them coming with Cincinnati back in 2005, his first, and then 4 with the Colorado Rockies over a couple seasons.
Encarnacion with a pop-up walk single. On the outside corner. Now the Twins with a pull shift on. And Encarnacion is a right-handed batter staring at 100 feet of wide open space on the right side of the infield, but he's thinking third deck.
That's why they got him. Signed him to a 3-year contract to hit the third deck. And a big swing right there.
That was not intended to be a ground ball base hit to right field, was it?
No.
If you could get him to think that way, you've already won the at-bat, because he's
been
up there for one reason. And yeah, you're right. He's been swinging it really well lately with a lot of power. 4 home runs in the last 5 games. And now with 2 strikes, Dozier shifts to the right side of the infield. 0-2 from Belisle to Encarnacion.
That's got a good slider. Missed with it there.
Switch hitting Carlos Santana on deck. Fouled over the Twins dugout.
That swing right there just protecting the plate with 2 strikes. A slider away.
Twins trying to pick up their 6th win against Cleveland this year, against 10 losses. but they're first on their home field. 1-2. Drilled foul. That ball had very high exit velocity, but a foul ball.
Hey, you're going to go in on this guy, you have to make sure it's way in.
I haven't seen a left fielder play that deep since Oswaldo Arcia was standing on the warning track last year. Foul back.
Tried to sneak that fastball by him.
And Belisle's been able to pick up strikeouts at a higher rate than last year when he was with the Nationals. Had a really good year. 46 innings, 32 strikeouts, but more strikeouts this year.
Trying to go inside to tie him up, and good pitch. And Jimenez and Belisle going to talk about this.
Encarnacion, because he hits the ball so hard, has hit into 16 double plays this year. And an otherwise frustrating day for Paul Molitor and the Twins. That would be a really nice way for this day to end. Another 1-2.
Got him.
2 down. And now Carlos Santana.
Well, I called out Jimenez to go over what the pitch select would be. And they go with a fastball. Belisle ends up throwing it past the swinging Escobar for the second out. Now you have the dangerous Santana. It doesn't get any easier.
Hooked a smash past Mauer into the right field corner. Kepler fell down and went for an RBI triple to tie the game at 2. Strike one. Strike 2.
And that's where you have to keep that fastball away. Good pitch by Belisle, ahead in the count 0-2.
Very high, 1-2. Got him. Belisle strikes out Encarnacion and Santana, and the Twins have beaten the Indians 4-2.
Yeah, finally here at home, the Twins end up beating the Indians.